Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I love it.
What is up, society? Welcome back to the ADHD Adventures, where you guys come along with me wherever my ADHD takes me. Today we are in for a good treat because my sugar mama right over there, Sienna, took me to my very first anime convention, and I'm so freaking excited. Y'all are in for a treat. Here I am just walking in, and I had to get my bag checked at the door, even though they didn't fully check it, so I don't know what that was about. But moving on. As you can see, very freaking excited. Of course, showing off my sugar mama because look how good she looks in her Gojo cosplay. This is just a line for me to get my freaking ticket that she bought for me. And I'm so excited to show y'all everything that we did. There's my lanyard and us on the escalator going up. That's my best friend Essence, my best friend Yana, and then her little sister in the back in the pink. Come on with a silence for the chaos.
Round and around. Try that. Round and around. Make your way to the top. Round and around. Round and around.
So happy that my best friends are just as chaotic as me, but this is us entering inside the con. There's so many stands and so many cosplays. I'll have to show you guys after my best friend gets her drink. But I'm gonna have to do this in multiple parts because I'm not leaving anybody out. Our first stop was this gourmet chocolate stand where we got to try all different samples of different chocolates. I'm getting fed like the princess that I am, and listen to my best friends just crush my dreams.
I'm telling you, if I reincarnated, I'll be a dog. Oh my god!
I couldn't be a dog because I eat chocolate.
Have chocolate. Why you have to crush my dreams like that? Y'all could just let me have it.
I'm low-key already a golden retriever, so luckily they're already there to keep me from offing myself. Then thus began the glitz and glamour. I'm not sure who all these anime characters are, but you guys will have to tell me in the comments. But there were so many beautiful cosplays. Look at this first beautiful stand that we came across. They had so many pins and cute fan art. And then there's this gorgeous sword, baby, that I knew I could not afford, so I didn't even look at the price. And then we proceeded on to see other sites, for which I was looking out for mainly JJK stuff. We came across this corset and pleated skirt table, which I knew that my thick self could not fit any of that, so we just go ahead and moved on to the next thing. And then we saw it, our first spotted JJK stuff. Gojo and Gato in the flesh. It's only right that they're together. And then baby, a real sight. Then we saw Chewbacca in the flesh. You see how tall he is? And then of course my chaotic self tried talking to them. I don't know why I thought I could even speak to Chewbacca considering they can only growl back. But yeah, anyways. Continuing on with the sightseeing, we came across this beautiful stand that has so many gorgeous book bags and wallets. Of course, I could not afford to get nothing crazy up out of here because it was looking like $70, $80, $100, baby. And we broke Yana right now.
Those are cute. But this is the one that I love the most. So cute.
We made it to the furry section, which might be the weirdest part of the con, but you know what? We all weirdos over here, so who gives a damn? At some point, me and my besties got accused of being witches and doing witchcraft. Baby, we black. We don't do stuff like that. Hello? But child, anyways, we continued our sightseeing and we saw a henna and glitter table, and then we also saw some other figurines and fan art. For some reason, I could not locate my daddy snack Kento Nanami. Y'all need to get it together representing my baby because, hello, he deserves all the recognition. But anyways, guys, I'm running out of time for this part, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Part 2, baby. Back like we never left with the MKE ADHD adventure. Let's continue on with what we were doing last time. Finally found a stand that had my baby in the flesh, my lovely, gorgeous Kento Nanami right there. But before I settled on him, I wanted to make sure that I checked out all the other stands in the con to make sure that there was nothing better in his form. We came across this booth with all these beautiful horns. I loved all the different colors and varieties. Guys, drop down below which one is your favorite because I definitely could not pick. And then we saw these fire ass shoes. Y'all, I'm going to have to definitely come back here and cop me a pair because these things were so cute. And then we saw Cinderella and Ariel. Guys, I did not know that anybody from any animation could show up at a con. It was so good to see them.
At my daddy snack in the flesh. Oh my god. Look at Sula, Megami, Gojo, Yuji. So cute, but no Kento Nanami.
It was a little bit frustrating not being able to find Kento, but baby, and being able to see Bimo and everybody else was so cool. There were so many cool booths, like this one with the fan, this one with all these cute costumes, and it also has some really cute plushies, guys. Look at this adorable little raccoon. And then I fell in love with this adorable red panda, so stinking cute. Sometimes I forget how girly me and my best friends are. But then we saw a Deadpool carrying a dead Wolverine, strawberry shortcake, the malevolent queen of hearts, and then our perfect sadness. It was so good to see her. I was not expecting that. And then she gave us a beautiful ribbon saying,
"I dislikes you."
Then saw this Hello Kitty stand that I wish my little sister could have been here for because she loves Hello Kitty. Then we saw about the Country World store. Nothing really to see there, so we moved on to the next thing. Then we saw these gorgeous crochet bouquets that I thought would be a beautiful Valentine's Day gift. And then I wasn't sure what was going on with this booth, but then I got distracted by the guy with the big sword. Maybe you guys can let me know what this anime character is. This girl too, and then these guys, which I'm pretty sure they're from Pokemon. Next, we saw these animated backpacks that look like on camera that they're spinning, but in person it looks like a very full image. Then we saw some more fan art, which led me to this fan art from Sales Artwork, which is the very first anime my best friend introduced introduced me to. I have to rewatch it because the killer T cells are absolutely hilarious, and look at the cute little platelets. On to more fun cosplays, guys. You'll have to let me know who all these characters are because I'm really not familiar with them, aside from Maki, of course, because that's my girl. Never thought that I would need a manly Princess Peach in my life, but who am I to question life's blessings? Happened to find me an interracial stormtrooper couple to ship, and another fire-ass cosplay whose unfortunately character I do not know who it is. Baby, I feel like Keith Palmer. So sorry to this woman. Then we made it to this stand, and baby, I didn't know if I was at Anime Con or Freaknik, because baby, what's going on with all these images? So anyways, we ain't gonna talk about that. Oh, not me zooming in on Kito, not me. Then I saw some more unrecognizable cosplays aside from our gorgeous Princess Peach looking absolutely stunning. And then I came across this guy whose cosplay was a little too realistic. Baby, I did not know that his face was not his face until he started talking and his lip wasn't moving. Finally located a good Toji cosplay, look at his big worm, and then guys, an unimaginable sight. Nanami being affectionate towards Gojo. Hell must have frozen over. We finished up this portion of the con with these sick ass cosplays like Overlord and this girl with the mushroom, and then we eventually came across this last stand with the JJK cups, and then we eventually headed out. But guys, I'm running out of time, so I'll catch you in the next part. Bye! Welcome to part 3 of the ADHD Adventures MKE Con. Let's continue where we left off. Stepping off the escalator, I was met by a fabulous furry looking absolutely fantastic. Before we moved on, I was able to catch this gorgeous scene of the foyer in the bird center. Guys, I love me a good foyer. We ended up leaving the con just so we can go down to the arcade space where Bessie was able to show me all the vintage and new games. Then we came across Gandalf that I almost got mixed up with Dumbledore because for some reason I can never tell the asses apart. We saw a few claw machines and then we eventually headed out to go to the panels. Baby, the stars must have aligned because not only did I get that plushie Nanami from that stand, I also was able to sit in front of Nanami inside of the panel and almost read the very first rows. Only the voice actors from Nabora and Gojo were there, but hopefully next year they'll have all of them. There's my bestie up there asking a question. Guys, it's so funny. Literally, when they said who wanted to ask questions, I was the first person to hop up and climb over everybody. I should ask my bestie to record me, but it's okay. I'll get it next time. A moment of silence so you guys can hear some of the answers to some questions.
Mine is it's a little weird and dumb. It's when and you know you've heard this a million times, but it's like the episode in season 1 where he first sends Nobara and Yuji to exercise the curse in the building, right?
Yeah.
And you know Nobara exercises the curse, you know, it jumps out the window and it explodes, all that stuff, and Megumi and Gojo are downstairs and they're having a conversation. They look up as it happens, and Gojo's like, "Oh, good, she's crazy."
It's in season 1 when Nobara is fighting Momo in the forest, and they have this like really intense conversation about women's place in Jiu-Jitsu society, and Nobara says, "I love myself when I'm pretty and all dressed up, and I love myself when I'm kicking ass."
Definitely not Megumi.
Definitely not sincerely.
Yeah, my guardian.
My chaperone.
My chaperone.
My stalker.
Oh, man.
I bet Yuji once accidentally called him that.
Oh,
Probably.
that'd be cute, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe you took.
Why did you put cheese on my cheeseburger?
Why did you put butter on my toast?
Why did you put butter on my toast?
This has gotta be a trap.
I'm 41.
Yeah, some people were being super weird with their requests, but it was overall a good time. And then we eventually was heading out of the con because we had did everything that we came to do. And luckily, before we officially left, I got to see my very last furry. Super cute. Bessie wanted to stop by Crumble Cookies because she was craving a brownie from there, and I think she got it for free because she's always going. We got some Chinese from the best Chinese place in Milwaukee, #1, and then we headed back to my house to watch the Poppy Playtime playthrough with Curry X Kenshin. Listen to Corey being chaotic.
Stop. All right, here we go. Run. Hey, kick.
We finished the whole playthrough, and of course I was screaming like a little baby. But guys, that is it for this ADHD adventure. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!